plantar fasciitis, or more simply a heel spur, how and why does it appear? On the foot, on its plantar part, there is a certain fascia which allows the toes to move when walking at the moment of pushing off. This fascia is attached here to the canial tuberosity. When a person is standing on his feet, the redistribution of his weight goes like this: 70% to the heel area and 30% to the forefoot. With age, the occurrence of joint problems and additional diseases with the occurrence of excess weight and the use of the wrong shoes, the risk of excessive pressure on the heel area increases. If the patient works standing for a long time, deals with weights, then all this gives pressure on this area, the plantar fascia area. Due to the increased pressure, inflammation occurs, which gives the pain syndrome. The inflammation is relieved with medication, but the site of damage to the plantar fascia begins to ossify over time. At the same time, a bone structure appears in the form of a thorn, on which the patient constantly steps. This means that the period from inflammation to inflammation is reduced. How is heel spur treated? There is an operative method of treatment which is the last resort. First of all, it is worth approaching the issue more conservatively and applying various types of rehabilitation and drug therapy. Drug therapy in this case is drugs that relieve inflammation and relieve pain for a certain period of time. Rehabilitation takes place in the form of stretching, massage, and also in the form of procedures with the use of additional equipment. This can be radiation therapy and shockwave therapy. During the rehabilitation period, it is very important to consolidate the achieved effect. At this stage of fixing the achieved effect, you can use the version of the orthoses, which helps us to provide the correct pressure on the heel area, softens the movement when walking, and cushions impact. Because the foot first steps on the heel area, the shock absorption helps the doctor and the patient to nail down the effect achieved during the treatment and relieve the patient of pain. Such orthoses can reduce fatigue in the heel area, burning sensation under some kind of pressure. Let's try to put it on. What it looks like when the brace is in place. We clearly see that the canial tubercle is closed and depreciation is formed during the step. Depreciation also occurs during prolonged standing. All this removes that unnecessary additional and excessive pressure from this area. And this type of orthoses will help not only to consolidate the results of treatment and rehabilitation, but also from the point of view of prevention, it will help if such a problem is just beginning to bother the patient. It is necessary to operate when conservative treatment does not help. If we have carried out all the manipulations in terms of rehabilitation and this does not give any result, we simply cannot cope with the problem. This means that we need surgery. There are many minimally invasive technologies. Their feature is that the incision, which allows you to reach the place of ossification, is not made on the heel but directly from the side. Why? Because after the incision, a scar remains on the heel and the additional stress on it creates additional problems. If the scar is on the side, then walking movements remain intact. If the patient has previously undergone surgery on the foot, then a scar remains in the heel area. In principle, this type of orthosis also helps to alleviate the load on this place very well.